So another teacher I had, I believe my freshman year was, or no, my sophomore year. No, it was my freshman year, was Mr. Harvey. I had him for English, and it was just so funny. Him and another teacher, Mr. Adami, would always go back and forth and joke with each other. They had like students send notes back and forth, like, oh, here, go gifts to Mr. Adami, and it's like this inside joke that they would share. But he was just always like good-natured and fun. He ended up leaving to go teach at BHS, and I even went to go visit him one time at BHS, and he's probably thinking, what are they doing here? But he was very gracious and welcomed us in his classroom. I also had Mr. Clark my senior year for English, and he was just very straightforward but very likable. And even now, like, I remember who he is. And I had Mr. Carlotti for driver's education. I don't know if they offer it now, but we used to be able to complete driver's education, and then we can take that form to the DMV to start the process of getting our license. And I just remember like just having a good time in this class. He would always share so many stories about his life, his travels, places he's been, where he's going to go that summer, how he's planning his trip. So it was always really neat to hear that, and I would always think teachers have so much fun in the summers, and but it's so neat to even now knowing his little travels that he does, and all the amazing places that he goes to, and that he shared it with us, and it was like an inside glimpse of his life. I also had Mrs. James, which was Mrs. Roberts at the time, for math. I didn't like math at all. Like, I was barely passing her class, but I liked her. She was just very straightforward, no nonsense. And I remember one day, she starts class and she says, oh, I got married in Vegas this weekend, so now I'm Mrs. James, so you can call me Mrs. James now. And then goes on with her lesson like nothing. It's like, she's just so like, just straight